All right, it's time to talk about the debate. I did actually watch part of it as well as listen to part of it. I watched part of it on my phone and listened to part of it on the radio because it was carried on WNYC regarding the debate tonight. And New York One, or should I say Spectrum News, really left out a lot of stuff. And they really, in my opinion, they really kind of made the debate favor Hochul, even though Lee Zeldin, it's obvious Hochul does not care about the crime. She thinks she's doing a great job. And Lee Zeldin really tried to. She was really polished, and kept hammering on his record in the past. But when it came to crime, she failed. And before I even get started with crime and in the debate, let me just talk about what I had to deal with today. And it wasn't just in Mineola, but it was in Rockville Center too. Again, I saw homeless in Rockville Center. Two homeless individuals at the Rockville Center LARR station. You'll see a video of that later. And in Rockville Center, I was walking in Rockville Center, and just walking down Merrick Road, right by the Panera Bread, I guess. And there's this guy standing in the bushes. I think he was peeing. I don't know. But that wasn't the first time I had to deal with that. So when I get back to Mineola, of course, I come back to Mineola and get to my neighborhood. And there's a guy literally peeing in front of a bunch of garbage piled up next to an apartment building. I mean, it's just complete lawlessness in this state. It's unbelievable. All right? So, yeah, Lee Zeldin came across as angry, but we are angry. We are angry because the quality of life in New York is going down the tubes. All right? And Hochul thinks she's just doing fine. So we're going to read some of this article here, and they left out a lot of stuff. New York One left out, well, I'm not going to read the whole article, we're going to go over it briefly. New York One didn't even touch on climate change. They did not touch on the MTA. They touched on the subway crime, but they didn't talk about transportation funding and public transportation. And they spoke a little bit about roads, but not very much. It was mostly all about a bunch of questions, especially they spent a lot of time on abortion. Way too much time on abortion. Way too much time. And Trump, look, I hate Trump too. I can't stand him, all right? But that's neither the here or the now. That's in the past, all right? They shouldn't have discussed it. It was a waste of time, and it was only an hour, and it went over the time it is. And they didn't even allow them to have closing remarks. So there were no closing remarks. So, and you can see here, Hochul said she began investing in education, put more, focusing on the guns when there's a lot of pushing going on, and stuff. So we take a look at the issues here. Economy, Zeldin said there's a need to bring state spending into control. New York, he said, leads in population loss, and he also brought up the fact that Hochul was asked about New York leading in population loss when she was at a press conference, and she had no answer. She dodged the question, and then she just kept saying, "You are an election and climate change denier." All right, she just kept hammering him with that kind of stuff. All right, he brought up the congestion pricing. Obviously, it's going to hurt the middle class. Even Phil Murphy is against the congestion pricing in New Jersey. All right, and there was just a lot of discussion on abortion. Way too much on that. I'm not even going to go over that. All right, abortion, Donald Trump, pay to play. We all know with the Buffalo Bills, and there was one other thing that a test kit. So just a lot of we never really got any answers from anything. We didn't really hear answers. The answers that, you know what I mean? And of course, another question, is Donald Trump a great president? Yes, that is something that should never have been asked. You see, this debate was rigged for Hochul. I'm not surprised when it comes to Spectrum News because they gear to a certain demographic. We all know that. All right? This is something that was brought up, and Zeldin said he felt the train smelled of marijuana and worried about families would be exposed to. Exactly. I'm sick of smelling the marijuana. Every damn place I smell it. I even smelled it in Rockville Center today. Everywhere I go. The only place I don't smell it when I go to New Jersey. Yeah, I guess I have to go to New Jersey to get away from it now, right? Threats to democracy and ethics. Of course, talking about, again, that's in the past, all right? COVID. It's not that I don't agree with what Zeldin did. Not refusing to certify those states. I don't agree with it, but it was in the past. And of course, they were talking about CDC adding vaccines, not at this time. So there was a lot of stuff that was left out of this debate. It was just absolutely one of the, they really missed a lot of questions. And that, no wonder why Hochul only agreed to this debate, because she knew it would be rigged in favor of her. She knows the people at Spectrum and New York One are in bed with her, just like News 12. It's so obvious. So that's pretty much been my thoughts on this debate. Not a long video, but I figured I'd give you my thoughts. I hope people saw through this rhetoric today. It was a pretty crappy debate. They missed on a lot of questions, and it was all like kind of rigged in favor for Hochul, in my opinion, to make her look good and to make him look bad. But hopefully the voters see through this 2 weeks from today. No wonder why she only agreed to this debate. So obvious. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.